Good morning, traders, and welcome to NewsWare's Trade Talk for Friday, December 19th. Okay, let's take a look at the action. Check out the S&Ps. We're actually trading higher, flat to higher, up 0.14. We were lower. We were like 0.1% lower, but the market has turned around. We're actually showing some positive activity, which is nice to see. Tech stocks continue to show, some positive momentum in the pre-market. That's good to see. Drug stocks, hey, they're on watch. There's a potential announcement later today on prescription drug pricing. We got to keep an eye on those. TikTok is again in the news. Apparently there was an agreement, or there was an announcement that they agreed to sell some of their U.S. assets or their U.S. assets to a group of investors. A group of investors are Silver Lake, Oracle, and so on. The White House apparently, they again are saying that they're in the middle of approving that NVIDIA's H200 chip sales to China. This is a story that's been out there for a while, but they did put that out there recently. OpenAI, that latest round of funding, it's valuing the company at $830 billion. Wow, that's a lot. This weekend, you got that summit in Miami with regard to the Russian-Ukraine peace talks. That's scheduled. On the earnings front, you got Nike, they released, FedEx, FTX, they released, KB Homes, they released. They're showing some weakness after their reports, though, last night, I will have to point out. Okay, let's take a look at Europe, and let's take a look at the DAX. The DAX opened higher, moved lower. It's now flat to higher. It's up 8 points or 0.03%. Financial stocks remain in focus there. The FTSE is ebbing higher. That's all I can say. It's ebbing, it's edging, it's up, less than 1 point, or positive by 0.01%. Consumer confidence edged up in December, though morale remains subdued according to a monthly survey report that's out there. The CAC in Paris was higher. It's now lower. It's down 9 points. You're seeing weakness in luxury stocks, yet financials, bank shares are trading higher. So, that's relatively positive. Then we're turning over to Asia to take a look at what happened overseas last night. And we got to start off with the Nikkei, which, the Bank of Japan did deliver that widely expected 25 basis point rate hike last night. And then, and the market did move higher. It gained 1.03% or 505 points. So that's, positive. Hong Kong, the Hang Seng, rose 192 points at 0.75%, while China gained 0.36%, led by strength in aerospace and defense stocks. Then we're moving the page, and we're taking a look at oil this morning. And, oil, listen, it's continuing to be, volatile. It's trading higher. It was lower. It's up, WTI is at $56.62 a barrel, whereas in Brent's at $60.27 a barrel. They remain on track for the second, consecutive week of declines. The oversupply situation still remains out there. Geopolitical issues, Venezuela and the Russia-Ukraine peace talks remain a hot topic. The Russia-Ukraine talks are more important than Venezuela, I believe. Venezuela only produces about 1 million barrels a day. There's a blockade in place, that normally would be positive for oil prices. But if you get a Russia-Ukraine peace agreement, that's going to flood the market with oil. So, oil, is seeing some reprieve this morning as it is trading higher. But we'll have to wait on those geopolitical risks to see what happens next. Okay, let's move on and let's talk about, the earnings that have come out. We got to talk about Nike, ticker NKE. They beat by 6 cents and they did it on higher revenue. That stock's getting smoked this morning. It's down 11.75%. FedEx, they beat by 71 cents. They did it on higher revenue. The report wasn't bad. Stocks trading lower, 2.5% this morning. KB Homes is also released. They're down 4.38% this morning. So, earnings, are not getting shined on this morning. So let's take a look at, economic reports. PCE, there's a PCE report coming out at 10 a.m. got existing home sales at 10 a.m. You got consumer sentiment at 10 a.m. At 1 p.m., you get the Baker Hughes rig count. Christopher Waller said he had a really positive meeting with President Trump yesterday in an interview. Michelle Baumann is supposed to go in as well, so that could be something there. Remember, Michelle Baumann has had Trump's back for over a year, since before he became president, because if you remember in September of 2024, she dissented. Remember, the Fed lowered interest rates in September of 2024 by 50 basis points. She was the one dissenter of the group. She said, "No, I don't agree. I don't think we should be doing this," which is exactly what President Trump wanted. So don't be shocked if her name gets thrown around as the next Fed chairman. She does a chairperson. She does loyalty is a big factor with Trump, and she's proven that. Okay, let's take a look at the market this morning. We're trying to take a look at the Dow stocks. I'm seeing some weakness here this morning. I got 9 lower, 1 unchanged. The rest, I got 9 higher, 1 unchanged. The rest are higher. Or I have 9 stocks higher, 1 unchanged. The other 20 are lower this morning. Seeing weakness in Apple and Meta. The other FANG stocks are positive this morning, so that looks good. Amazon, they're withdrawing their funding from the Fermi Texas project. Meta developing new AI imaging and video models, codenamed Mango. Netflix, this is interesting. Netflix hired ESPN anchor Ellen Duncan, first ever sports anchor. Remember this? They're doing this because they're doing a deeper move into sports. With the NFL games, Major League Baseball, NBA. This is what Netflix is doing. They're becoming the new cable channel for streaming. So Netflix. Interesting. And, look at Netflix. It is trading higher by 0.3% this morning. Okay, we're talking Dow stocks, and we got to talk United Healthcare, ticker UNH. It's trading flat to higher. Listen, those affordable healthcare subsidies are not going to be renewed. So if that's the case, all remains the same for these healthcare companies, and something like UNH could benefit from that. NVIDIA, NVDA, Trump administration launch a review on their H200 chip sales to China. In terms of merger news, this one just recently hit the tape this morning. BioMarin, they're going to be buying out. I think it's FOLD is the ticker symbol. BMRN. Boy, Michael Richard Dancy's buying out Fold, which is Americas Therapeutics in a $4.8 billion deal. Interesting. Let's talk guidance. We've got to talk about Nike. They see Q3 revenue down low to single digits, and as they working to restore their Chinese sales channels. FedEx narrowed their 2026 EPS view to 1780 to 19. It was 1720 to 19. Street estimate is at $18.22. So that is kind of an uptick. That's all I have in terms of news hitting the tape this morning. Okay, let's talk about our stock of the day. I want to go with Merck today. MRK, Michael Richard Kilo. That pending announcement about lower drug prices could be a catalyst today. Yesterday you had call volume of 28,000 versus put volume of 15,000. Open interest is 436K versus 297K, both positive factors. And major brokers are raising price targets. They're keeping those price targets elevated on the stock. So but I got to get in at a discount. I got to get in under $100. I'm thinking 99.85, I'll say 99.85, and I think it's going to have a little bit of a momentum run towards the end of this afternoon. But that's my pick of the day, ticker MRK, Michael Richard Kilo. Okay, let's take a look at the stories that are hitting the tape this morning. What do we got here? Malibu Boats extends share repurchasing program to 70 million. Okay. Air Lease delivers first of 4 new Airbus aircraft. Wells Fargo's investment banking unit is thriving. Well, they represented Netflix. That doesn't surprise me. Let's see what else we got. Adobe partners with Runway for AI-driven video solutions. Teva reached a license agreement with REGN concerning the launch of AVT06. Robinhood, the 30-day implied volatility is at 60. The 52-week range is 56 to 120, so it's on the low end. And you got to remember that it is kind of tied to Bitcoin, which is trading 88,100 this morning. So keep an eye on. You could see some elevated activity in Robinhood in the near future. Grounded MD-11 planes could cost FedEx $175 million in peak season, which could drag on the near-term profits. Harris Associates, which is the fifth largest shareholder of Warner Brothers, said Thursday that they'd be very open to a revised offer from Paramount Skydance. And that's all I'm seeing this morning. Okay, let's talk about yesterday's pick of the day, which was FedEx, FDX. I mean, the stock opened up at 283.14, fell to 281.60. I was looking for a 281 entry price, and so you can use the entry price, or you could use my or the opening price, because afterwards it ran up all the way up to 289.01. And that was during the trading day. And the stock closed at 287.12. So listen, we beat the 1% goal either way. After the market, I mean, it just ran up. It was trading over 290. It's trading lower this morning. It is, but the 1% gain was there yesterday during the trading day. It was there after the earnings announcement. So you got to call that a win. The opportunity was there, but keep an eye on shares of FedEx. It is trading weaker this morning. But there could be some momentum later in the day. But FTX winner. And traders, that concludes NewsWare's Trade Talk for today. Guys, you know what to do. Let's go out there and let's make some green.